What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Ron back with DFS Greatness. Let's get to it, man. Before I start my video, you feel like this video is helpful, you like the content, subscribe to my channel, like my page. Let's get to it, man. Um, Let me tell you, man, what I be doing and always be to get to the green line. You gotta build confidence when you make a lineup. You make you a core and be confident with it. It's a player you want to go get, man. You always want to go get a stud, and the key ingredient to win money, man, is to always have them value plays, them sleepers, and always look when a player's out, the usage. If like say, for instance, somebody out, go get the other players and just stack their game. That's how you sometimes you gotta go to win money, and don't always worry about, oh, I gotta have somebody for the late game. No, you don't. If you have a good lineup early, you be just, just see how it goes. The game flow, you better cash out, man. Because you sometimes go pay for somebody for the late game. They cost so much money, and that's half your salary. And you're like, damn, I could have got somebody else who was cheaper at another game. All that said, let's get to it, man. Let's dig into the slate. Injury news already came out. No Luka Doncic or Porzingis tonight, man. A lot of value in the Dallas game tonight. At the top of the list, man, you got James Harden. He's sitting at 10,900 on DraftKings, averaging 60.4 fantasy points a game, man. James Harden has been on a tear against Utah, man. Definitely like that matchup tonight. Definitely gonna be a fast flow game, man. Harden going against Utah, he's averaging 60 fantasy points a game with a 37% usage rate, and he's $200 more on FanDuel. Definitely like that. Tonight he's projected to get 55 points. It's 5 times value, man. Definitely like him. You want to spin up to him. But my favorite play at the point guard position tonight, I'm gonna have a lot of exposure to him. Thomas Stelerinsky. I love this matchup tonight with the Chicago Bulls, man. At 4,900, I feel like that price tag is too cheap. He's $500 more on FanDuel. He's averaging just around 25.5 fantasy points a game. Um, with a 17% usage rate. Last 3 games, 34, 34, and 28, man. This guy been balling right now, man. He got a lot to prove, and their team is so hurt right now. So Thomas Stelerinsky been balling, man. Been playing pretty good and been very productive. I definitely like him tonight going against the Phoenix Suns. And also, no Luka Doncic. You got Jalen Brunson sitting at 5,000, averaging 17.1 fantasy points tonight. I definitely like him too. With usually when he starts, he plays pretty good. He's going against Trey Young. Trey Young's a good a scorer. Definitely like Brunson tonight. But the guy I'm gonna lock in is Stelerinsky. And also at the shooting guard, my favorite shooting guard that I like tonight is I like Zach Levine, man, the 8,900. This guy's been like balling, man, just putting the team on his back. I mean, they don't got nothing to play for but pride. But at the 89 price tag, this guy been averaging 41.3 fantasy points a game with 32% usage rate. He shot the penny. He'll take about 25 shots a game. You have to worry. When you look at your phone, you see him. He might be a little bit not doing nothing the first half. He come back just balling, man. This guy been playing pretty good. All star caliber. I feel like he should have made an all star team, but his team wasn't good. It is what it is. He's $500 more on FanDuel. If he can get you around on 42 fantasy points, that's 4.7 times value. Definitely like Zach Levine. And another guy at shooting guard I like also is Jimmy Buckets, man, going against Cleveland. In Miami tonight, he's $100 cheap on FanDuel. Dwayne Wade jersey will be retired tonight, man. I know it's going to make Jimmy Butler play good. Miami going to come out and play good, man. Go hit first, try to get that win, man, for D Wade. He averaging around 42.7 fantasy points a game with 26% usage rate. Definitely like Jimmy Butler tonight going against Cleveland, man. Been playing pretty good. He need 35% fantasy points tonight. That's just around 5x. I like that if you want to go that direction with him. And I call this guy right here the shooter, man. Devin Booker, man, made an All Star team this year. He been playing pretty good, man. Last night they was on a back to back. He dropped 40 points last night, but this guy's averaging 42.3 fantasy points a game, 30% usage rate. He's averaging 46 points going against Chicago 3 games this year. He's $300 more on FanDuel. 39 fantasy points is 5 times value. Definitely like Devin Booker. And with the news of Kyrie Irving out for the season, Spencer Dinwiddie, he's $200 cheap on FanDuel. He's averaging just around 37 fantasy points a game with a 30% usage rate. Each game his usage rate is going up with no Kyrie Irving. Going against Charlotte, he's averaging 40 points, 40 fantasy points against Charlotte. If he can give you around 38 fantasy points tonight, that's 5 times value. I definitely like the matchup against Charlotte, man. Charlotte's not that good. Definitely like him a lot. Not seeing wrong with playing this guy, put him in your lineup. And Donovan Mitchell, he's been out there, man, but he hasn't really been productive, man. Been pretty terrible. I feel like Bradley Beal should have made All Star over him. And if I did go cheap, I definitely like Malik Monk and Terry Rozier, man, against Brooklyn, man. Both of those guys been playing pretty good this year, and especially Malik Monk. He don't start, he come out the bench and just he balls out. But for the shooting guard, I recommend you guys to go with tonight. I like Jimmy Buckets. Small forward tonight, you got a lot of good options. Ben Simmons, he set up the highest. He's probable tonight. He's gonna play. He missed the last game the other night. If you would have had Tobias Harris, Joel Embiid, Josh Richardson, you would have definitely won some good money. The guy Ben Simmons, man, averaging 44.3 fantasy points a game with a 21% usage rate. Last three games going against Milwaukee, he's averaging 44 fantasy points. He's $300 cheaper on FanDuel. And another guy that I liked a lot tonight, man. This is one of my favorite plays. I like Robert Covington at 5,900. Covington, man, since he got traded there, man, he been playing pretty good. He's $200 more on FanDuel. 5,900. He's averaging just around 28.1 fantasy points a game with an 18% usage rate. He's playing around 30 minutes a game. Definitely like him against Utah tonight, man. If he give you 28 fantasy points, that's 5x, man. Definitely want to have some Covington exposure against Utah, man. It's gonna be a fast-paced game. Last game of the night. Definitely like Covington. I do not see anything wrong with playing him tonight. And then if I other person that I think is in a fantastic matchup, if you want to go cheaper besides Robert Covington as like a sleeper play, at 4,800, you got Jay Crowder against Cleveland. I know a lot of people had Jay Crowder the other night, who was in a good matchup. He really didn't do much, but I think he always redemption. He have a bounce back game. Jay Crowder's been averaging just around 25.6 fantasy points a game in a good matchup against a defense like Cleveland, ranked 29th as a whole. He's averaging his minutes is capped, man, around 29 minutes a game, averaging. And 3 games against Cleveland, averaging 26 fantasy points a game. If you play him tonight, he's $200 cheap on FanDuel, and give you around 25 fantasy points, 5x. Definitely like him. You want to be cheap. And Joe Ingles, man, at 4,800 going against Houston. I recommend him a lot, man, because I like guys with good minutes and stuff. He's getting around 30 minutes a game. He's averaging 26 fantasy points going against Houston. If he give you 25 fantasy points, it's 5 times value. Do not see anything wrong with playing this guy tonight. I feel like he's in a good matchup. Just something different. The guy I'm going to recommend is Robert Covington. And at the power forward, man, I'm just gonna keep it real, man. Say less. Giannis Antetokounmpo, man, the Greek freak. 3 games against Philadelphia, he's averaging 69 fantasy points, 70, 50, and 83, man. It's something about Philadelphia, man. He just come out and play. Um, he's getting around. He got a 38% usage rate. 31 minutes a game. He's averaging 60.5 fantasy points a game. He needs 61 fantasy points tonight. It's 5x. That should be able to get that, man. It's a fast-paced game. Sometimes you look at your phone in the first half, he got around 27 fantasy points. That's crazy. Like in the first quarter, I mean, he's $100 more on FanDuel. That's probably the top play. And then another guy I like also with the news, all the people from Dallas out is John Collins. He's $400 cheap on FanDuel at 8,400. He's averaging just around 40.2 fantasy points a game with a 23% usage rate. 2 games against Dallas, he's averaging 42 fantasy points a game. Do not see wrong with playing this guy tonight. I feel like he's in a good matchup. He's gonna come out and play, man. They gotta get the win tonight, man. Much need a win. And another guy that I like too at the power forward is Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris, man, is averaging just around 35.1 fantasy points a game. Last 3 games going against Milwaukee, averaging 36, getting around 34 minutes a game. He's $500 cheap on FanDuel, so go that direction with Tobias Harris. Be a FanDuel. He's a better FanDuel play than DraftKings play. And the news, Kevin Love is out. Definitely want to go get some Larry Nance exposure. Larry Nance at 5,700 against Miami. I mean, I feel like it's a good price tag. Larry Nance will be starting tonight. Last game when he started, for Kevin Love, man, he had 52 fantasy points. So as long as he get minutes in that game, he paid 34 minutes also with a 15% usage rate. I like him a lot, man. Going against Miami, he's $200 more on FanDuel, so definitely do not see wrong with playing him. And Cody Zeller, 4,700. I like that price tag for Cody Zeller. And Cody Zeller is averaging 24.3 fantasy points a game. I like that price tag a lot for him. It's just something a little bit different to play Zeller in your lineup tonight. And Al Horford, man, 4,600. That's too cheap a price tag. That's a bargain for him tonight going against Milwaukee. I feel like he's averaging 29.9 fantasy points a game. His minutes is just around last game. He played 18 minutes. His minutes not there like it was at first, but he's $500 more on FanDuel at this price. If he give you 28 fantasy points at 6 times value, I definitely like that price tag for Al Horford, man. I didn't like the signing throughout the season. I thought they should have went another direction, bringing this veteran in for all the money they pay Al Horford. At the end of the day, it's the NBA. And another guy I like too with the news that no Porzingis tonight. You want to have some exposure to Killer tonight at 3,900. That's too cheap of a price tag going against Atlanta. And Atlanta's not good. Like the other night, I told you guys to go get Bam Adebayo. Bam Adebayo dropped a 70 piece. So you definitely have some exposure to Maxi Kibler tonight, man. Going against Atlanta, they're not good against bigs, man. Deadman is not good. You can, they have big guys to space the floor, and Kibler's in a good matchup, man. When he starts, he balls. So definitely have him in your lineup for somewhat cheap value play. Want to go get in your lineup, but top of the line, man, I want the Greek Freak. I'm putting my lineup at the center position tonight. There's a lot of good options out there, but my favorite center tonight is Rudy Gobert. But I'm gonna talk about the other guys. That, you got Joel Embiid going against Milwaukee tonight. Joel Embiid, 2 games, 3 games, get Milwaukee averaging 61 fantasy points a game, 32% usage rate, getting around 30 minutes a game. He's $700 more on FanDuel, so DK is priced him pretty good. At 9,400, he need about 47 fantasy points as 5 times value. Joel Embiid is averaging 47.7 fantasy points a game. Definitely like him a lot tonight. And DeAndre Ayton is in a fantastic matchup against Chicago, man. Cornette is out, so DeAndre Ayton should be able to eat tonight, man. He came back last night. They went against Toronto, tough matchup. He only had 34 fantasy points. I feel like tonight Ayton should be able to bounce back against Chicago. Do not see anything wrong with playing him tonight. And Rudy Gobert, man, like I tell you, man, PJ Tucker going against a 7 footer, not a matchup, man. I feel like Gobert will eat everything off the board tonight at 7,800. He need around 40 fantasy points at 5x. 3 games against Houston, on averaging 33 fantasy points. But I just feel like tonight gonna be a good night. He have a 50 or 60 piece going against PJ Tucker. If they get in the paint, he's gonna get all the rebounds. PJ Tucker's not gonna be hang with him. I definitely like the matchup tonight. Like I mentioned earlier, DeAndre Jordan, man, sleeper play, 5,500. He's getting good minutes now. He's getting just minutes just around in the 30s with a 14% usage rate. Last 3 games going against Charlotte, averaging 32 fantasy points a game, 5,500. He needed around 29 fantasy points as 5x. Definitely like him tonight, man. I feel like he's in a good matchup. And no Kevin Love. Also want to look at Tristan Thompson. You want to put him in your lineup. I mentioned Cody Zeller earlier, but a guy I want to recommend you guys to put in your lineup tonight, man. He's a bare minimum, man. Gafford for the Chicago Bulls, man. He started tonight for Cornette. If you want some exposure to him, put him in your lineup tonight. You have a lot of cap to play with. Definitely like him tonight, man. Anybody starting for that price tag bare minimum, I want to have some exposure to him, man. And at the end of the day, man, this is your boy Ron back with DFS Greatness. Hopefully this video helpful. You like the content, you like the page, you like everything about it, man. Just put your favorite play at the comment section, and we can talk basketball, man. And also you can follow me on Twitter, DFS Greatness. And until next time I'm out, good luck everyone. Let's get to it.